Yeah, it's Melty again, and today we're in for something a little bit different. I don't usually make videos like this where I just kind of ramble and talk about stuff, but I am so filled with emotion. My world has been shook. I literally wrote crazy notes at like 3 in the morning a few nights ago because I just had a lot of feelings about this. So, you ready to deep dive into the world of Toby Fox and Homestuck and my past of those things? Let's get into it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, basically the too long didn't want to watch you talk is, you remember that scene in Tangled? If you haven't seen Tangled, I can't help you. Where she's like looking at everything and then she has this like moment and she realizes all the stuff she painted were like the symbol of the royal family and she's like, oh my god, it was there the whole time. That's how I feel about Toby Fox's existence, work, music, I guess. Because back in the day, girl, I was big into the Homestuck. So between starting my Osoji really early this year, because I just want to clean out my life, unearthing these relics from my kurodekshi, I guess you could say. A lot of stuff came up. It was interesting. That, getting into Undertale and having Undertale remind me of Homestuck and having this moment. Man, I haven't thought about Homestuck in like 400 years. Sorry, I just had like a moment of like, it's all coming back to me. There's a lot to kind of walk through. So, you ready to take a little stroll with Miss Melty down the road of memories and interesting overlap? So the year, early 2010s. I'm not sure exactly when, it's not that important, don't worry about it. It is a time. Homestuck is new-ish and taking over the internet. I am, this is gonna surprise you, an utter trash goblin, awkward socialization person, deep nerd. And I live on Tumblr. I was that Tumblr girl, living my life, writing really terrible fan fiction, you know, the whole thing. And I was so into Homestuck. I was just not a fan. It was just not something I liked. This was a freaking life experience. This was a lifestyle, okay? I bought too many shirts, all of which I don't know, I guess I gave them away. I don't have any of them. At least I haven't found them. You never know what else I'll unearth, but I'm pretty sure they're gone. They're gone, girl. I had the one with the jumping main 4. I had the different... Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad because I would do the thing where like I had John's like little logo, and then I would wear my glasses that were similar to John's, or I still have these. I bought these like fake. Look at me, cool kid right here, very cool. And I would wear Dave's little logo shirt, walk around highly populated areas like Disneyland, for example, hoping one of these Homestuckers would talk to me, because God knows I could not socialize and talk to anybody. Any human being could not go up to them. So yeah. I had an in real life friendship where my friend was Equus and I was Nepeta. And like, that was our dynamic. It was kind of... I mean, it was like that before, so it wasn't like we were trying to do something, but it was just wild how that worked out. I also had a shipping wall inspired by Nepeta's shipping little wall situation. It was just a poster board, which you will not see. It's in the garbage where it belongs, because thankfully, with age, my tastes have been elevated, because before, again, trash goblin, just awful. I cosplayed as God tier John. You know, like the windy thing, the windy blue hood, and it's the first time I made a hood. It was not super easy. I did this cosplay mainly because John was my baby. Okay, he's always been my baby, but I did it in hopes of touching base with other Homestuckers to make friends, because I could not do that. And spoiler alert, it wasn't successful. But I made these freaking rave bracelets. I have never been to a rave, by the way. My friend told me about it and I was like, I could make this, but Homestuck. So I did. So here's the theffery. Oh god, I'm so bad at this. You see it? These glow in the dark, by the way. These are glow in the dark beads. So I wore these Here's another one. Rose Strider. Whiskers. I have so many of these, by the way. I just kept them. They were in a little box. Adora Bloodthirst. You can't even read that, but that's a good one. I'll wear this one too. I wore them around like a rave kid or whatever, and then I was hoping that I would be able to, like, let's pretend I met a Pfeffery cosplayer and I tried to, like, hi, you like Homestuck too? or whatever, and then I wanted to do this, and then you pull it through. I guess my friend taught me, and then they get to keep it, and I was gonna give these out. But because I was so socially awkward, I didn't know how to talk to anyone, so I just stood in the corner of, like, the, you know, like those cosplay meetup times where they take pictures. I just stood there awkwardly in the corner looking at everyone like, I wish I could talk to them, and just stared at people. I didn't say anything. So if you saw a Windy John looking at you, that was me, hi, and I didn't mean to be creepy, I just didn't know what to say. And in case you thought it couldn't get worse, oh wait, it got worse. I made posters. I had the calendar. I know I bought a calendar one of those years. I don't know which year. But it wasn't enough. I needed everything in my room to be Homestuck. So I made a poster of the kids, and I made a poster of the trolls. I found this behind one of my bookshelves, so I really took a lot of care into it. But, yeah. So yeah, basically, it was, a time. I really lived on Tumblr, and I basically, the way I socialized during this period of my life was just really through Homestuck. It was intense. I basically followed anybody on Tumblr that I was following was into Homestuck. There was, like, the Homestuck prom, you remember that? I found that, like, 4 in the morning the other night, and I was like, oh man, just a lot of, you know, because it was a community, man. It was a community. And I feel like I was also one of those people that, like, my personality was forever changed by certain characters, like, especially Pfeffery, because she was my patron troll, at least I think she was. Just really getting deep into that, and yeah. For better or worse, I think Homestuck definitely changed me as a human, so hey. I was so deep into this. So of course, I knew about and had listened to The Baby Is You, which is this beautiful thing.
Damn, John, I'm having a baby and the baby is you. I birthed my best friend, it's true. Oh no!
But at the time, the only reference I had was, oh yeah, that guy, he did some of the music for Homestuck or something. I don't know. Now, it's a big different thing, isn't it? Just in general, going back and seeing stuff like this picture, it's like looking at the sun, isn't it? Hussy, fox, one picture. It's too much. The power level is too strong. The creativity level is too strong. I mean, on the one hand, it's like, how do these two people know each other? But on the other hand, it's like, of course these two people knew each other. They're like the same kind of weird, creative, mad genius type. You know what I'm saying? So Melty, you may be asking in this point of the video, what the heck is the point of you talking about all of this? Having this fever dream of a realization and you wanted to post this to the internet. What was the point? Besides rambling. And while it is a little bit of me just wanting to dump my emotions somewhere, I think the point of this whole thing is that you should just be you and just be unapologetic about it. I know I had joked about my kurorekshi situation, but I feel like the older I get, the more it's like, you know what? Being a preteen to early 20s, or maybe the whole, you know what, let's just extend it all the way. Being alive is weird. You do weird things, you find your happiness in weird places, you be creative and do stuff that's freaking weird. Who cares? You know what? You just gotta do what you gotta do. I think too, the more you get caught up in like what's embarrassing or uncool or like worrying about what other people think, I think the more it chips away at what you have to offer or who you are, because then you're like adapting yourself to other people. I guess that's kind of why I enjoy Hussy and Fox, in that I feel like it's just like so extremely out there and there's no shame in that. I think that that's really fantastic, and it creates this like piece of art that's so unique. It moves many people. It connects. I mean, like Homestuck and Undertale are hugely popular for good reason, and I think that, I don't know, if they were too worried about stuff, or frankly, I think the other thing too is cool is so subjective, you know what I mean? Like, I think societal standards have certain things, right? But I think in general, a huge thing to me is them just owning themselves and being like, this is the new cool, okay? Like, they buy it, you buy it. I think that's, I don't know, in a lot of ways, self-esteem in general. That, like, if you don't believe in what you're selling, who else is going to? You gotta own who you are. I think that's something you learn with age a lot too, but it just doesn't come naturally either. It's age plus a lot of practice. And I don't know, as somebody who is trying to do creative things on a very small scale, not as a career, more as a hobby, I feel like worrying about how things will be received or how it will touch people, or worrying about the other people consuming the project that I want to do, has gotten in the way and caused a lot of problems that I think, I don't know, it's best just to write what you want to write, make the music you want to make, and just keep learning and growing. And attached to that, like, Toby Fox is the only person who could ever make Undertale, because that was his story to tell, and it's very, I mean, I don't know this person personally, but I think that, like, it's only natural. I think when you make anything, but especially when you write something, I think your personality leaks into it whether you want that or not, and that's personally why I find writing fun, but also scary, because it's very exposing, I personally feel. And so basically, like, I don't know, the point is, no matter what kind of art form you're doing, any creative form, whether it's drawing, music, writing, whatever, there's a piece of art that's within you that only you can bring out into the world to, like, manifest into reality. So, I don't know, I guess that's a little pick-me-up for especially anyone who compares themselves to other people, like, oh my god, Toby Fox is, like, so good and he accomplished so much and I'm such garbage, and, like, that doesn't do anybody any good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I think it's better to just be like, this person had an idea within him and he just made it into reality through determination and hard work and all sorts of crap, that you can too. Nothing stops you from achieving that as well. I mean, sure, there might be barriers in your life that make it harder, but I think, like, I don't know, anybody can, even if it just takes longer or you have a different path. Everyone's got their own road in life, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, a little final piece, I guess, is, I don't know, I feel grateful to encounter, even if it's not, like, in real life kind of thing, anyone who's really creative, because I feel like it helps your own process selfishly, but it's also really cool just to see people work really hard and achieve stuff. And I will say that after playing Undertale, just that game alone, it just really just stirred up a lot in me, and I was able to get out of my, like, 2020 rut that I was stuck in for months, just because it was so inspiring. I felt that game was so inspiring to me that I was like, oh, I gotta get it together! And it was great. I don't know, I feel really grateful to have, I don't know, encountered that game, but also just for my own personal past. And frankly, like, it was a weird time, but it was fun. It was entertaining to go back, or even just remembering all of the, like, the reason why the baby is you even existed, and all of the Homestuckery. I don't know, it was fun. It was kind of delightful to see, like, hey, you came from that too, kind of thing. I don't know, it was cool. So yeah, just the TLDR again, I guess, is just do what you want to do, be who you are, and don't be so hard on yourself. So until I see you in whatever regularly scheduled video we have going on, remember to be kind to others, especially yourself, and especially your past chuny/weeb/nerdy child self. Nah. I'll see you later. Okay, take care. Bye-bye!